such a weird behavior. I'm sorry. I mean, I know they think it's weird too, but isn't that more of your own prejudice than saying anything else? Become normal. It's like because they're acting so unhinged and we have to be, we have to keep a semblance of like being reasonable, but they just get to make open lies, like straight up lies. It's crazy. Her being raped and Doki celebrating that. What? We just turned things to 1 million right here. What? Did this person take your med? Did you take your med, Ash? So, there's been a lot. This has been brought to my attention from my Discord server, who there's frequent discussion on what goes on and so on. And this is more like a wacky story. It's not any serious drama, but honestly, this is my favorite kind of story to talk about when it's like a little wacky. So I've collected a few Nijisanji stands moment of unhinged behavior for you guys, for you, my dear audience. This is the first tweet that came across my radar. I censored this person's name because obviously the goal is, I don't want them to think that make them more afraid of everybody else, I guess. But they said, went to the library this morning, passed by a guy watching the ladies from Hololive on his laptop. I had keychains of my Niji and Oshis on my bag that was loud and dangling. Quickly hiding my bag, hugging it. Yeah, I don't know, I generally got nervous, I'm sorry. It's got 3,000 likes. Was it weird to act that way? Of course it is, but I feel like I shouldn't have that instinct at all, though I can't help it. What does he mean by he shouldn't have that instinct at all? No, you shouldn't have that instinct at all. Exactly. There's almost a moment of clarity here. But the way he says this, it means I shouldn't have that instinct at all. And it's because of other people. Somebody else replies, you're valid for this considering the fact that there are still artists getting harassed in public for selling Niji and merch. Ugh. It's really not fair. Bro, you guys could be bonding for your love of VTubers. It's such a weird behavior. I'm sorry. I mean, I know they think it's weird too, but isn't that more of your own prejudice than saying anything else? Was there any proof of that besides the obvious Nijisanji acting as an artist? Well, what they mean by harass there is that, like, they got talked to rudely. But like, people shout obscenities at me. Like when you're driving, people shout obscenities at you. They're like, get out of the way. I don't go on Twitter to say that I'm being harassed. You just give them the finger back and move. Was there any proof that people did that? No, it's just their own recollection. They were like, oh, some fans came up to my table and that, they were rude to me. They told me, why are you selling this merch? Blah, blah, blah. No, there was no proof, but we can be skeptical about everything. So Chris the Holosim, he tweeted about this. Just a meme saying, you are ruining my community. Dog, majority of us have been watching anime and making Kanade memes. That's literally it though. Complaining Holo fans are harassing them. Chris he saw 3. I only saw 1. And then this person responds, hi Chris, I'm part of the Niji EN fanbase and I wanted to let you know the majority of us are also watching anime and just making memes. I scrolled through my For You page and found maybe one post that could be interpreted as below. You have 11k followers. Why would you do this? Why does the 11k followers have to matter? Here, I don't get it. This person, and I don't know why it's formatted like that, by the way. This person, it doesn't matter how many followers they got. They have 3,000 likes on their tweet. It got viewed 300,000 times. I hate the small following rhetoric. I hate that. That would just mean that you need to be like burner accounts pop left and right and they make tweets that are viral. Does that mean that because you have a bigger account, you have a bigger reach, you should just let people walk all over you all the time? No, it doesn't matter. It's such a dumb argument. So Chris replies, 1, For You page is not the same for everyone. 2, I saw at least 3 tweets, one claiming we throw slurs and shit at them. Wait, I didn't see that one. That one should be part of my presentation. And those reached hundreds and thousands of likes. That's what I'm saying. Are you never supposed to fight back against misinformation? The pic is simply my reaction to what I saw. I know not all Niji fans are like this, but so are Holo fans. In the same way, I didn't see the same 3 tweets that you saw. Perhaps you aren't seeing the tweets that they're seeing. But that's not the point. Your meme drops all nuance and simultaneously signal boost this idea. Niji fans are toxic bitter to a fan base of over 11k people. All right. This tweet, by the way, sent to a fan base of 11k people, has been seen less time than the original tweet complaining about being scared around Holo fans. Make him... You want to play the number game? I'll play it right back. Meanwhile, those rant tweets painted Holo fans like some kind of boogeyman who will attack Niji anytime they feel like it. See, it goes both ways. You don't expect to make a tweet without a reaction every single time. Say that argument every single time. You put something out there, you put something on social media, it's fair game, baby. That's fair game, okay? But aren't you just feeding the troll? You're doing exactly what they're accusing you of doing, attacking the Niji community as a whole off of those 3 tweets. I mean, this is an attack. Those people are wrong for what they're doing, and 2 wrongs don't make a right. Set an example, be the better fan. I agree that 2 wrongs don't make a right, but I think this is like a comedy. It's a joking way to do a criticism, which is the best kind of way, I think. You know, it's not meant to be super condescending. Okay, well, I guess I just disagree with the approach. Wait, sorry, I didn't read that one. I checked them before I got blocked, and they ain't some burner account to me. Also, I ain't attacking anybody. I simply made a reaction to the claim that we are harassing Niji fans when in reality many of us are just chilling in our circle. Exactly. I guess I just disagree with the approach. And also, it doesn't matter if there were burner accounts or not. It doesn't matter. I asked you why because I was genuinely curious, so I appreciate you telling me your answer. We may not agree, but I still respect you. I hope someday there won't be all this tension between the fandoms. In the past month, I have 3 Nijisanji fans outright lie about things I've said and spread rumors about me simply because I've openly criticized the company. Yeah, and this has become normal. It's like because they're acting so unhinged, and we have to be we have to keep a semblance of like being reasonable, but they just get to make open lies, like straight up lies. It's crazy. But that's not just for Nijisanji fans. Like every kind of idol culture stan can become wild like that. It's not a pattern that only exists for Nijisanji fans. That's just the one that we are the most exposed to. But again, it's not all Nijisanji fans. There's Nijisanji fans in my fan base, and they're cool. Like, I like some Nijisanji livers. Lunlun is the freaking best. When Lunlun stream, it's just a better day. But there's a small segment of them, especially on the EN side, that go really hard online and that participate in the online discussion, and all they do is rile up each other and fan the flames and go on witch hunts. And I hate witch hunts. Alright, so this is my second story. This is also something that's been brought forward in my Discord. So it was a screenshot of talking about the virtual Rhapsody live that Nijisanji held in Singapore. And then there's this guy that starts talking about that he had a really bad experience with what he calls a Niji sister in his company, like at work. Okay, so there was a sister at my workplace. Was because she got fired for a reason directly linked to being a sister. And you guys tell me if you believe this story. I don't know if I'm being like super skeptical about everything like I've been lately. I'm like, every time there's a crazy story, I'm like, I don't believe it. But chat is like, no, people would do that, Rima, you don't. I'm gonna keep on reading and tell me at the end of the story what you guys think. And people in the comment watching the video later on that's gonna be on my second channel, let me know in the comments below if you think it's fake or what, because it gets crazy. All right, so he says that he had a sister, she was fired. Bad reputation, they don't want to get worse for their company, so no surprise. I mean, as a Singaporean, she should know better. Not so much the reputation, but rather the habits that the sister simply cannot keep in check. What? He's onto something here, by the way. What did she do to get fired? Damn, lol. And then he goes on to explain the story. It's actually crazy. Okay, so it starts off saying, so it started when I was watching Vtuber during lunch. I don't share what I do in my leisure time with colleagues unless they ask, so this sister was a nosy person, and I saw that I was watching Doki. She starts her rant, but I told her I didn't really care and only watched streamers if they were entertaining enough. She started harassing me at work. Took it up with HR, but HR tried brushing it off, telling me to just ignore her. I responded that they wouldn't be saying just ignore him if the genders were reversed. So I guess because she's like a woman, they were like, oh, you know, just ignore her. But, you know, if it was a woman saying that about a guy, they wouldn't be telling him, you know, I'm confused with the genders now, but they wouldn't be telling her, oh, just ignore him. Okay, so he says, if they took no action, I would take up legal action on my own and even had multiple witnesses. They immediately backpedaled and she got a write-up. Not even a month later, I found that my project files in the company's servers were deleted. Not a big deal, as I always back up my work separately. So all of this, you know, she starts harassing him after she sees him watching a Doki Bird clip. And she finds out he's a Dragoon. He's a Dragoon fan. And now he finds out that his project files were deleted. I wonder who did that. So he says it wasn't such a big deal because I always back up my work files separately. But I did want to know who the culprit was. The IT guy easily found out that the sister was the one. Now, so I asked IT to go on record at a later time and to keep quiet about it for the time being. He agreed to both. On the day of presentation, the department, including the sister, were there. My HOD had requested to add a final section to list down difficulties encountered. So my HOD had requested to add a final section to list down difficulties encountered. I blasted her publicly by stating that I encountered corporate sabotage from her and that how I was going to deal with it is to report it to HR after the presentation. She was told to take 3 days off and surrender her laptop for investigation. She was fired 2 days later. I should also note that I had no intention of getting her fired, especially not on this job market. I was under the impression that she would take a second write-up, which should keep her on her toes for good behavior. Turns out I gave her the third strike. The first was from her harassing a pregnant colleague who watched Holostars and had no idea what a Nijisanji is. What the hell? Why is there so many VTuber fans in that company, by the way? Like, what do they do? Second was her harassing me, and the third is the deletion of my file. All of this within a 2-month plus period. So this person asked, good for you for standing up. Damn, I wonder how many sisters actually act up like this in their daily life. It's super toxic. Thank you for the story. Literally had no choice. You were reaching the point of actively stopping me from getting anything done. I even had the backing of my manager and HOD. One time she tried to instigate shit while I was discussing urgent matters. Had to be resolved within the hour with another colleague. Said colleague told her to fucking take a queue number. So do you know the sister current status now? Last I heard at the end of August was that her wedding was on the verge of getting cancelled after her fiance found out she lied about the reason for her termination. Ain't no way. I can't confirm any of that personally though, and frankly don't care enough to either. That's crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, you guys let me know in the comments below if you believe this story or not. I think I would be more skeptical if it was, I mean, I'm already skeptical, but I would be even more if it was a post. But this was like, he told this story after he was prompted to tell it. Like, people were asking him about, like, oh, what happened? It started as a random discussion. So who knows, man? The thing is, like, what are the odds that there's 3 VTuber fans in the same company? Like, okay, maybe they're working in an Asian country. There's a lot more VTuber fans there. Or maybe it's an anime-related thing. It feels like a fanfic. Next one is Niji Stan number 3, called Ash Must Die. And this person is the most unhinged out of the 3. They're all unhinged for different reasons too. So this person tweets, QRT, name a celebrity that deserves an apology from the general public. Illyra. Honestly, full disclosure, I feel bad for Illyra. Like, she had to host the black screen, and Nijisanji did her so dirty. So dirty. She lost so many subs for this. I felt bad for the girl. What did she do to redeem herself? Anything at all? Or did people just forget what happened? And he responds, what I do remember is people drawing racist revenge porn of her. What? What racist revenge porn? What? Making an animation that at best portrayed her being abused. Dude, the animation wasn't, people fought. Do you guys remember the animation where it's like, you know, Doki dancing and then Illyra looking like worn out and tired? The Nijisanji fandoms, like the Cray one that are on Twitter, not all of them. I'm just gonna call them Niji sisters, okay? Because I feel like when we say Niji fans, it means all the fans, but Niji sisters is just like the crazies. They claim they think that she was portrayed as somebody that was being abused and beaten up by somebody else. Like, she had a black eye. She didn't have a black eye, she just had eye bags because she was tired and worn out from being in Nijisanji, and, you know, Doki Bird was victorious. Now, was that animation in poor taste? Yeah, it was in poor taste, and Doki Bird, she made that tweet right after disassociating herself from it and saying, you know, don't spread negativity, which was a really good tweet by her. And this person claims that, and Doki's celebrating that. And then it becomes worse, guys. Okay, first of all, I feel like this is the worst. Wait, this is the most bad faith interpretation of that animation, right? The most bad faith interpretation of that anime would be to be like, oh yeah, this is a black guy and she got beat up. It can't get worse than that. But no. This guy claims this is the best interpretation of it. And then he adds her being raped and Doki celebrating that. What? We just turned things to 1 million right here. What? Did this person take your med? Did she take your med, Ash? From what in the animation did he deduce that she was being raped? As well as people sending her death threats. I remember that. What the fuck? Yeah, I interpreted the animation as karma. Yeah, that's what I thought too. But that person is just unhinged, like in general. Yeah, I remember seeing that animation on my TL. People are nuts. Yeah. I feel like if they wanted the animation to be more tasteful though, I wouldn't have put like another person in front of it. I would have put like maybe just the Nijisanji logo or something. I think when you put somebody there, it makes it a lot more personal. And it feels more like you're attacking somebody. So yeah, I'm not saying the animation was like nice. It could have been better done than that. But it definitely isn't what Ash believes it is. And about the revenge prawn, I don't know what he's talking about. I haven't seen it, but I've seen a few Nijisanji fans mention it. Okay, and then later on, you know, there's people arguing back and stuff. And they reply, racist? She is white. I thought being racist to white people is not a thing. Looking at how much your fandom protects Uki. Revenge prawn is not even a thing. You can look at any... I wish I had the full tweet. And then he says she's Asian, you turtle fucking... I don't know what this word is, so I'm not gonna say it in case it's a slur. Then that day replies, Elira Asian, that's new, Lamau. Being friends to Asian people gives you the Asian word pass now, I guess. And then he replies, do tell me where's your proof of her being white? Okay, well, where's your proof of her being Asian then? I don't even know what their nationality is. Okay, this is just to show proof that this person's crazy. Oh, it means cave dweller. Oh, okay. Yeah, distasteful artwork is now a revenge prawn.